Hi, this is Farid Premani, and welcome to Ignite the Spark, another episode. And our today's topic is more about how to pivot out your career. And sometimes when we talk about career and pivoting means balancing out, people usually think that it's more concerned about people who are usually young or starting their career from scratch, maybe graduates or new internees. But actually, there is a dip in today's career change. Let's look at the LinkedIn statistics. It suggests that about 23% of the people in today's world are satisfied at their job only. So if you see 23% only, this means about 77% of them are not in the satisfactory level. If you further try to intrigue you that why is that happening, then there is a research report that suggests that about 80 to 77% people are looking forward for a career change, and most of the career change is actually in between 30 to 55 at age. And we always have a paradigm that we think that career change is usually required whenever you transition or you're not getting job after getting graduate or high school or something. Recession in that situation in saturation have actually made it vice versa. Why it's vice versa? Because things are stagnating so fast that if you don't change your business, or if you don't, wise men say always to keep your eggs in different basket, and it's always very true whether it comes to entrepreneurship or professional life. See example of Amy. She was one of the creative directors for a Manhattan big company for 12 years, and suddenly she figured out that she has reached the peak in life, but there is no happiness here. And when you see the plot curve on happiness here, uh, it actually increases with time, but then there is a point where there is a stagnancy, and then it starts dipping badly. Now the problem is you are at a certain age where it starts dipping badly, and then you are not left with option, because usually people after approaching their 40s or 50s feel that they cannot get educated. And this is actually the dilemma where your career starts declining. And especially a new generation, which usually we call generation X and Y, there is always a tug of war that who will replace who. One generation has more experience, but another generation is cheaper, being young, being born faster, and always create job security for seniors out there. And as the automation and robotics is increasing, people always tends to move faster, and there is always a tug of war. So what is the ideal situation? Ideal situation, which as per the research suggests, having the story of Amy, who was creative director. After 12 years of workout, she figured out that now there is this dip in the life, and she is now getting close to retirement. But what is that she can do? She took a week off, month off, and then she went to Thailand to attend a meditation course. And after going through that different karma exercises, she actually figured out that her mindset was always towards creatives and arts, but she had a philosophy for music, she had a philosophy for painting, which she never practiced. She was more into social media and digital marketing always. Trying to figure out, she took internships at the age of 54. And then she realized that she could be one of the painters. And at the age of 55, she transitioned her social media marketing career into a decoration and painting exhibition company. She at that age was not an effective painter, but she had that flair, which was only possible because she did some internship. Now the problem is we always confuses this, thinking that internships is always associated with youngsters, and we tend to, there are a lot of websites. Let's say you go to voluntarymatch.org. It's a website where there are 501c3 companies, not for profits, that don't pay you, but you get tons and tons of that. You can do a category selection based on education, music, philanthropy, economics. Try yourself out. For those retirees who are sitting at home or the business are automized, we see a lot of people who have so stable businesses that they're on autopilot and they really don't have enough to do. If you are out of that zone, get into serving as a volunteer to any not for profit, because it's a suggestion that people up to the age 55 are getting Alzheimer diseases. It's the youngest most age uh, sickness that's been now figured out. And why that happens? Because you stop using your mind, and the moment you stop using my mind, happiness is gone. So usually 3 4 rule of thumbs that we actually learn from that pivoting concept is, before the situation changes you, you adapt the change, because change has to be adapted. Either you be proactive to adapt that, or the change itself will adapt you. But when the change itself will adapt you, for you to accept it will be difficult. So open up your minds regardless of the age. That's why we say continuing education always moves forward. Either you are an entrepreneur, professional. If you're an entrepreneur and you're not changing for a while, this means that change will adapt you and you will have difference. Maybe you have a big chain of gas stations, some automation might come. Amazon and companies like Google and Uber have already started hitting big boys out there. So small business entrepreneurs are always in worry. There is a time to change. There are times to always upgrade yourself. And it's not necessary that you take a course or a corporate training. You can look at YouTube, you can look at different mentorship channels, things like Mentorbox, Audibles, Blinkist. There are tons of things. You drive a lot, hear the audiobooks, but start investing on yourself. People who say I'm too busy actually don't have priority to grow. So saying yourself that I'm too busy means that that's not your priority. Because it's a saying that these are the busiest people who actually do things faster. So if you're saying that I'm busy, obviously you're not. Okay, that's a connotation. So good luck. Hope this pivoting yourself helps you out. And another direction of this pivoting out self is changing yourself from employee to employer mode, trying yourself out into business, or it's vice versa as well. People sometimes are tired of business and they switch back to corporate life. We see a lot of students, especially in the age mid-50s, they have done successful well businesses, but now they want to enter into big data or SAP or those kinds of markets. Good luck. Career never stops till any age. So keep on doing that. Hope this video helps you, and adapt the change before the change starts to adapt you.